Welcome to another episode of Tech Tuesday. As the world is going digital, there's a lot more digital native interactions which are happening. A lot bigger ecosystems are getting built out. And that creates a problem. How does everybody who's participating in the ecosystem talk with one another? Today we'll talk about OCEN, one such framework that's helping lending ecosystems getting built. OCEN ecosystem is solving the problems that come because of multiple lenders cooperating with each other, multiple origination channels that the lender has to deal with while originating through digital channels. So basic concept of OCEN involves around the fact that a loan service provider, a lending service provider is a marketplace or any origination channel that the lender will be integrating with and working with for origination of loans. The lending service provider can have their own application or their SDKs or their API through which it's integrating and creating an ecosystem. And then the lending service provider is talking to the lender, which has its own stack of LOS, the rules engine, the payment stack. It's using the FIU and the FIP gateway to connect with the account aggregator and hence drawing upon the financial information that is available about the customers which are being onboarded. And the whole concept of OCEN revolves around the fact that when an LSP is talking to the lender, it has to talk a standard language. And that standard language is what OCEN defines, Open Credit Enablement Network. There are multiple APIs which are defined in the OCEN stack. We'll leave a link in our video at the end of our video so that you can go to the GitHub and get familiarized with the OCEN APIs as well. And those standard APIs are hence the language of communication that happen between the LSP through the LSP bridge that the lender will create. And the problem that this solves is that once this standard has been established, you could be talking to multiple LSPs as a lender. And you don't have to change the implementation. So if you have established that standard bridge, you can talk to any LSP and originate from them. So that leads to tremendous benefits, and that leads to a lot of standardization and impulsive growth and implosive growth of the ecosystems can happen. OCEN is helping the credit enablement in India in multiple ways, right? What is happening is that small businesses or MSMEs don't get access to credit because the lenders have to look for the right credit-worthy applicants, and that is a costly job. They have to work with multiple lending service providers to originate. The origination process itself is fairly manual or requires deeper integrations to happen, which is very time consuming, because of which the digital channel is not established at some times, and that leads to a lot of manual back and forth. That leads to poor customer engagement because there it takes a lot of time to get the money in the bank of the SMEs. So what OCEN will do for credit enablement in India will be literally transformative. You can grow an ecosystem where the SMEs can benefit from finding and matchmaking of the right order. They will get connected to the right lender more easily, more transparently, and they can work with any LSP so that they get timely access to credit. And that solves a very big problem which we always talk about, that if the MSMEs in India have to grow from contribution of 30% of GDP to 50%, India has to close the credit gap of at least $300 billion. And OCEN can go a long way in closing that credit gap. In the upcoming episode, we'll talk more about another aspects of OCEN and how it impacts the business. So watch out for the next episode.